This is the Euro New Zealand and I'm now involved with a low and tight flag. I've just waited for a better entry because it looked as though we were double bottoming down here. I'm just going to run through the higher time frame and the very specific rules that I have for these patterns. So structure level on at our highs just here, and I'll put one on also at the closes of the candles, and you can see that we're trading within that zone. And what we did yesterday, or on, it is Monday, so on Friday we put in a lovely lower close candle. So not only are we at structure highs, we put in a lower close candle, and here on the dailies this is an indication to me that we could be seeing a move lower. Now the trade I've got involved with is the 15, so it may not have too much bearing on the dailies, but nevertheless higher time frame confirmation is always preferred. And what we did is we had this move higher here, and then we came down, we had this little structure shelf here, we broke to the downside, and very importantly, look at this bearish candle and look at what we're doing, we're moving sideways. Okay, indication here that there's a battle. If we put a structure level on just at our structure lows, just here where I believe price can come to, there is room to the downside. Let's go and take a look at the 60. I'm just going to delete this off. Okay, here on the 60, when I take these low and tight flags, I have very specific rules. We must have either just violated a major level of structure, or we must be in trend. And what we've got here is we've got a lovely move lower, a pullback, and then another lovely move lower. Just going to make sure actually this isn't an AB equals CD pattern. Well, it doesn't come in at structure, so it is not one for me. Is there room to targets? Yes, our structure lows are still here. Are we at a psychological number? No, we have just passed it just here. You can see we've closed below it. So the rules are we put a trend line on like this along the closes of the candles, and the same along here along the closes of the candles. Minimum of 4 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I was up early enough, and this red candle here would have been my entry. I wasn't, and I do believe now price is going a little higher. We've got a little 5-minute double bottom action going on. Whether or not that comes off, I don't know. These trades are high probability. I always play for the 127, and even though we have this minor level of structure here, this is the main level of structure, and we are still taking targets within it. So this trade meets all the rules. If we bring back on the orders, I simply waited for a retracement just so I have a favourable reward to risk. Now the ATR here is 11. I have gone I've gone 8. I'm going to make it 9 pips above the high. I do not need to be any further back than that based on my rules, so 25 pips of risk. Playing for, just let me make sure I've got my fibs in the right place, because I do always draw these out before I do the second part of the video, but for some reason my stops and targets always end up in a different place. Okay, I'm front running here by 5 pips, sorry, 3 pips. So 34, so favourable reward to risk, high probability trade. We've got the pattern, we're in trend, the room to go to the downside. Let's see what happens. We're back for the update, and as you can see in the night, price has rallied down on this low and tight flag to hit. Fantastic, what a beautiful 34 pips.